Mattia Binotto resigned as Ferrari team principal at the end of December. His exit from the Maranello team was anticipated by many in the F1 world for weeks. The unanswered question is whether he resigned willingly or as a result of strong encouragement from Ferrari's upper management. What is next for Binotto with all of his abilities? Stay tuned as we dig deeper into today's topic. Binotto resigned from the team after a poor campaign in the second half of the 2022 season, failing to win a single race in the final 11 races despite a promising season start. With the regret that this entails, I've decided to conclude my collaboration with Ferrari. I am leaving a company that I love, which I have been at for 28 years, with the serenity that comes with a conviction that I've made every effort to achieve the objective set. I leave a united and growing team, a strong team, ready, I'm sure, to achieve the highest goals, to which I wish them all the best for the future. I think it's right to take this step at this time, as hard as this decision has been for me. I would like to thank all of the people at the Gestione Sportiva who have shared this journey with me, made up of difficulties, but also great satisfaction. Binotto said in his resignation statement, the team's upper management was unsatisfied with the team's awful performance, leading to a deterioration in Binotto's relationship with his superiors. The confidence that Ferrari president John Elkann had him in ended, resulting in his resignation. Since joining Ferrari in 1995 as a test team engine engineer, rose through the ranks at the team over the years. In 2019, he was promoted from chief technical officer to Ferrari team principal, replacing Mauricio Arrivabene. His appointment signaled hope from the Maranello team, as they hoped he would lead them to their first championship title since 2008. Elkann then set him a target to get the team into position to win races and contend for the title by 2022. However, the 2019 season wasn't a very good one for the team, as they were caught up in an engine scandal and had challenges in qualifying. After settling the issue with the FIA, Ferrari was able to be ready for the 2020 season, only for it to be their worst season in 4 decades, as the team struggled in the midfield. Just like Jean Todt did in the Ferrari golden era with Michael Schumacher, Binotto's plan was to build an entire team. After changes in the drivers' lineup and with the 2022 regulations taking effect, Ferrari finally had a chance to end their long title wait. Their start was formidable, but due to their reliabilities issue, poor development and avoidable strategic mistakes, they watched sadly as their hopes for a championship dwindled away. The whole Ferrari fraternity, from the team's management and drivers to the fans, was disappointed with the performance. Last year in an interview, Elkann stated that Binotto had taken them far, but he would be fired if he didn't provide proof that he would take them further. With all these mistakes happening, it was expected of Binotto to admit that they happened and to address them. However, in contrast to that, he neither admitted that mistakes were happening nor did he address them. All he did was say that they was focusing on their 2023 car, which angered the fans, making them grow impatient with him. It's understood that maybe he was doing this to prevent the return of the already ending fear culture at the team, but we can all agree that on these issues, he took it too far. As Toto Wolff put it, representing Ferrari is representing the whole country. Thus, the weight of expectation became unbearable for Binotto, as he failed to live up to it. Some people feel that Binotto wasn't given enough time to deliver his full potential, and some feel like he had all the time he needed to prove himself to the team and he failed. But what's your take? Let us know in the comments. Motorsport, especially Formula One, is a growing sport with a short supply of team bosses. With new teams joining the grid, management positions are available for the most suitable candidates to fill. Having worked at the most famous and one of the top teams in Formula One for almost 3 decades, Binotto is loaded with skills and knowledge of what's required for a team to become successful. A man who has worked with arguably the best team principal in F1 history, Jean Todt, is a rare gem to find, and his availability gets teams interested. Initially, the Maranello team granted Binotto a 6-month paid gardening leave, during which he was barred from working for any F1 team or even the FIA. According to recent reports by Formula1A.uno, Ferrari has paid Binotto extra money to extend that period to 12 months. This is a move by the team to ensure that he doesn't join a rival team, so Binotto will spend the entirety of 2023 watching Formula One from afar. Doesn't this just prove how important he is? As Binotto relaxes and plans on his return, he's been linked with several roles in the paddock. No doubt his phone's going to be ringing soon, assuming it already hasn't several times. Have you heard anything of Binotto's potential future in the F1 grid? Well, don't go anywhere, because we're about to find out more, and you don't want to miss this. Although I guess I can't speak for you technically, but I promise. In 2026, Audi will join Formula One in a partnership with Sauber. Audi has immense potential with high ambitions, and to achieve both, it needs an experienced manager with technical and general management skills. Who else is currently available that has all of those skills? Obviously, Mattia Binotto is the man. At least, in my opinion. Sauber has appointed former McLaren CEO Andrea Seidl as their CEO, and with Audi taking over the team, Seidl is obviously predicted to retain his position. That's if he leads Sauber to good results in the coming season. However, given a chance to choose between the two, who do you think could be the winner? McLaren finished third in the Constructors' Championship title in 2020, but do you think they would have defeated Ferrari if they hadn't been in their last season since 1980? Did you see the way that Ferrari was able to bounce back in 2021 and finish the third championship ahead of McLaren? Under Binotto's leadership, the Maranello team was on an upward trajectory last season, where they finished second in the championship. From all of these facts, who do you think is the obvious winner? The team is also going to need skilled engineers, and Binotto is undeniably among the best on the grid. Seidl took over the CEO role only at Sauber, meaning that the team's going to need a team principal, and most probably that might remain the case when Audi takes over the team. That is also a role that Binotto can fill. When Honda announced their official withdrawal from F1 at the end of the 2021 season, Red Bull was left without a power unit supplier, as they're being supplied by Honda. However, Honda will still supply them until 2025. This prompted Red Bull to plan for the future by establishing a power unit division that will manufacture their own power units that they'll use from 26 on. Or 2026 to clarify. Initially, Red Bull had a planned partnership with Porsche in the project, but the talks failed. Porsche's engineers were supposed to oversee the project, and now that they've backed out of the deal, there's probably a top vacancy at Red Bull's powertrains division. Having worked on Ferrari's engines all of his career and held a management position, Binotto could be the ideal person to oversee that project. There were rumors of Binotto joining Mercedes' engine department, but Toto Wolff clarified that Binotto would never be able to join the team because of his previous fracas with the Silver Arrows. With the options in the grid and the roles that we've mentioned, Binotto has the most impressive CV among all those capable of applying for a job on the grid. We might be making all these speculations on Binotto's future, but maybe after spending all of his career life at the Maranello team, he prefers a break from the daily operations of an F1 team. If that's the case, a management role at the sport, or Formula One, instead of a team would be a great option. F1 director Ross Brawn, a former colleague of Binotto at Ferrari, has stepped down, leaving the position vacant. With the sport preparing for new rules, including new engine regulations in 2026, Binotto's experience would make him a viable candidate for consideration in determining who should fill that position. Stefano Domenicali, the current Formula One president, was Binotto's boss back at Ferrari. Would his knowledge of Binotto's capabilities impact Binotto's chances of getting a job at the sport? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. He may be out of the sport for the time being, but with his skills and his experience, he can return if he wants to, as he would be extremely valuable to anybody that required his services in motorsport. Will he land in a position that puts him head-to-head with the team that fired him? Will he prove all of his critics wrong? All of these remain to be seen. It's a matter of wait and see, as they all say, or we say in these videos. That's it for today, guys. Award us with a like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure you end your viewing in style by pressing the subscribe button for more amazing F1 content. Until next time, cheers, and press those buttons, because buttons is fun. I love pressing buttons. Beep boop.